Hi, my name is Helen. Welcome to my art room, where I would like to share with you what has inspired my images and creative writing. I've been on an exciting journey exploring archaeological sites, myths and folklore, and this is an ancient history of art centered on women for people who are intrigued by transformative fables and would like to translate them into modern myths to inspire the future.
I suspect the sharper-eyed amongst you may have spotted a plot hole in my story, this being just who are the frog and the hedgehog. If they were local people from the villages, they couldn't have just vanished without the police being called in to investigate, could they? Then these two could not have been volunteer workers staying at Lalande either, as Stephanie would realise they were missing almost immediately. And so who could they be? Trespassers? Or perhaps backpackers who were taking in the landscape before applying to Lalande for bed and breakfast. Even so, their disappearance would have caused some alarm by now. Supposing they were a pair of ghosts from another time. But if they were, wouldn't Henri know about them? And how could Cécile have turned a pair of ghosts into a frog and hedgehog so alive that the peahen could see them? I think even Cécile's talents would be rather stretched to conjure so far. All right, enough already. I must cut the suspense, but I have to make a small admission. I have slightly misled you, and I don't apologise because it's been intriguing for the story. However, now I think I must come clean. The frog and the hedgehog were not human beings to start with. Aha, you say. You've guessed it. Well, what are they then? Okay, I won't annoy people by holding out any longer. They were ragondin, koipu, large, funny, furry, beaver-looking rodents who came visiting from that other lake, not far away, the one that hasn't been drained. On the day in question, they were thinking to set up home and start a family at the Lake of Lalande. I hope that hasn't spoilt the romance for you. But having said that, I don't see why ragondin can't have a little love story too. To continue with our story, the resident ghosts of Lalande are still somewhat distracted from other projects by their search for Cécile's spectacle. Truth be told, the frog knows full well that he should reveal he's keeping it under a flower pot in the greenhouse. But unfortunately, he's become rather addicted to admiring his crowned, magnified magnificence in Mummy's mirror. In the meantime, Henri, in an inspired collaboration with Selma, has contrived to provide Cécile with a magnifying glass mounted inside a lacy mask, this being held to the face by a metal stick. The mask covers just Cécile's eyes, but although this would be an excellent prop for a theatrical ball, Cécile finds it a bit awkward to use when writing in her notebook. There is, of course, still the problem of disenchanting the frog and hedgehog. But as happens so often in life, things there have taken a turn for the better. You see, they rather like their new bodily forms, which have not only opened up new life opportunities for them, it has not been as compromising to married life as one might have expected. Henri, in compensation for Cecile's blunder, arranged for them to be married at the Chapel of Lalande. The service was conducted by a dove who had flown in from Saint-Martin-de-Vic in Vic, where she lives high above the Romanesque frescoes, and so was well versed in how to perform a wedding ceremony. Marie arranged to scale floral decorations on the same lines as those for Isabelle and Percy. Thor was best man. Hedgehog's Ragondin father gave her away. The 4 Ian Peachicks held the hedgehog's embroidered table napkin train. And while I'm about it, I must mention the 5th Ian, who now keeps Cecile company by either perching on her shoulder or roosting in her hat. Everyone was dressed up to the nines in Lalande's table linen. The reception was held in the ruined mill after gardener Dan cleared the floor. The wedding cake was made by Marie. Antoine prepared hors d'oeuvres suitable for a frog and hedgehog, together with their Ragondin relations. The goat's cheese was provided by La Femme Baberge de Poumonde. The elusive Nick provided paper goodie bags. As to be expected, the beautiful wedding photos were taken by Michael Potts. And for those interested, details of these truly magical images are available on his website.